Welcome to the Tradex Foods 3-Minute Market Insight. This is Robert Ryerson, and here's the seafood news for the week of September 30th, 2019.
Are you selling oversoaked product? If you have ever thawed your fish and had it come out looking like this, then chances are it has been oversoaked. Notice that you can practically see right through these fillets. The result of this will ultimately be a dramatic reduction in portion size and fish falling apart when cooking. Purchase on quality and not just on price. Contact Tradex Foods to find out where to buy quality seafood and never worry about oversoaked product again.
In this week's episode, we report on the supply shortage and global catch data for chum salmon. As mid-season indicators showed signs of a short Keta harvest, raw material prices started to rise. This season, Alaska fishermen brought in over 17 million Ketas, nearly equal to its 5-year average, however falling short of preliminary forecasts of 28.9 million fish. In British Columbia, Canada, another short season is expected for chums, with an estimated 164,000 fish harvested, a very large gap from its last bumper year in 2016 of 6.7 million fish. With signs of a shortage on the horizon, chum salmon prices in August rose to as high as $2.40 a pound from the $1.48 a pound average as seen throughout June. Savvy buyers have held off on purchasing their chum salmon needs in August, as very few transactions took place at the higher price. Since then, prices have softened and are now averaging about $1.73 for a 6 to 9 pound H&G chum salmon, much lower than its average the same time last year of around $2.31 a pound. Our recommendation is to buy hand-to-mouth right now. Next up, let's take a look at global chum salmon harvests to compare catch levels between Japan, Russia, USA, and Canada. In Japan, Hokkaido chum fishing has been reported as very good, as our sources have told us that the Japanese have not gone out to Russia or Alaska to purchase fish this year. Hokkaido fall chum salmon fishery started around September 10th, with peak catching times already in the books. As of September 15th, 73,000 metric tons have been harvested of the 90,000 metric tons forecasted, which will mostly go towards domestic consumption. Raw materials pricing for Japanese chums are typically $300 to $400 more per metric ton than Russian fish, in which Russian chums are currently around $3,900 to $4,000 a metric ton. In Russia, recently released catch data shows that as of September 24, 2019, more than 465,000 metric tons of Pacific salmon have been harvested, which is 39% higher than the same period last year. For chum salmon specifically, over 50,000 metric tons have been harvested of the 116,000 metric tons forecasted. In the USA, on top of the 17 million chums caught in Alaska, expect another 1 million to enter the market starting October 11th, when the Puget Sound-directed chum salmon fishery opens in the state of Washington. In British Columbia, Canada, pre-season chum salmon forecast by Fisheries and Oceans Canada were for low returns and poor marine survival rates. This resulted in poor fishing and fishery closures, paving the way for low numbers in the 100,000s compared to previous years with 3 million plus fish harvested. The chum salmon fisheries in Japan, Russia, and the USA have shown stability, reliability, and abundance year after year. As for the salmon fisheries in BC, only time will tell its future as scientists and fishery managers work together to figure out what is happening. This is an extremely complex issue with factors such as predation, hatchery competition, climate change, and disease. There is no reason to believe that it is a single factor. However, scientists advise we are years away from building linkages between any factors. Thank you for joining me for the Tradex Foods 3-Minute Market Insight. This is Robert Ryerson. Buy smart and eat more seafood.